Hey everyone, this is James Roguski, and today is Labor Day. It's September the 4th here in the United States. It's Labor Day, and I'm here to give everyone about a 2-week notice about something that is going to be happening in New York City at the United Nations on September 20th, 2023. It's a Wednesday, and the United Nations has every intention of agreeing to a political declaration of the United Nations General Assembly high-level meeting on pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response. This document is a 13-page document that practically no one in the media has been talking about it. I've been talking about it for months. I've put together a website entitled The People's Declaration. If the United Nations General Assembly can make a political declaration without consulting the people, then we, the people, can certainly make a declaration without consulting them. Now, they operate on a concept that is called the silence procedure. They've put this document out into the world, and their view is that since they've told us about it, if no one says anything in opposition to it, then our silence is viewed as consent. Well, I encourage everyone to record your own video expressing your own opinion about this political declaration that is most likely going to be adopted by the 193 member nations of the United Nations. And what I would like to do is read to you my declaration, and if you share it, please help spread the word about the People's Declaration. I am opposed to the centralization of power into the hands of unelected, unaccountable, and largely unknown bureaucrats through the negotiation of international agreements that absolutely do not reflect the wishes of the people of the world. I'm opposed to what is essentially biological weapons research, regardless of whether it is referred to as vaccine research, gain-of-function research, dual-use research of concern, or by any other name. This type of research must not be expanded, it must be stopped. I'm opposed to the use of terrorism and fear-mongering, including in the form of propaganda and censorship. And I am opposed to the weaponization of injectable substances that are masquerading as vaccines and are being pushed upon men, women, and children around the world without their informed consent. I reject the political declaration of the United Nations General Assembly high-level meeting on pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response because I do not consent to spending up to $30 billion per year to promote the fair, equitable, and timely sharing of benefits arising from the use of pathogens with pandemic potential. I also reject the WHO CA+ Framework Convention, commonly known as the Pandemic Treaty, for a multitude of reasons, including its call for a pathogen access and benefits sharing system that, quote, aims to ensure timely access to pathogens with pandemic potential and the corresponding benefit sharing, unquote. I also reject the proposed amendments to the international health regulations for a multitude of reasons, including the amendments to Annex 1 that were submitted by India that call for the timely exchange of biological materials and genetic sequence data to the WHO in return for unspecified benefits. The needs of the people of the world have been ignored for far too long. Planning to spend tens of billions of dollars to increase the profits of the pharmaceutical hospital emergency industrial complex under the guise of equity is simply not acceptable. I do not consent. Instead, I advocate that all of the nations of the world exit the WHO. Now, I'd simply ask everyone to look at the information that is on the People's Declaration, watch the videos, listen to the audio, read the documents that are there, see what it is that they are trying to do, and understand that while this is, some very complicated, complex, detailed documents, you can look at it very simply. They are failing on purpose to outlaw gain of function research. And instead, they are actually putting money into a system and changing the rules to make it easier for pathogens to be spread around the world and gain of function to be done on pathogens that they're seeking to find. This is absolutely unacceptable. And if you agree with me, give me a call. My number is 310-619-3055. I hope that everyone can realize that your silence is viewed as consent, and I encourage everyone to speak up as loudly as you possibly can.